Hello and welcome viewers. Welcome to another class of Canon powered by Wishback. In this second segment of interfacing I/O device, we are going to discuss the block diagram of I/O interface. In the previous segment, we have discussed about the basics and a brief about interfacing I/O device. Here we will mainly discuss about the IN instruction and the block diagram of I/O interface. Now let's discuss about the IN instruction. The 8085 instruction set includes the instruction IN to read or copy data from input devices such as switches, keyboards, and AD data converters. This is a 2-byte instruction. The first byte is hexadecimal opcode DB and the second byte is the port address of an input device. The instruction reads or copies data from an input device and places the data byte in the accumulator. The instruction is described as IN 8-bit. To read switch places, for example, from an input port with the address 84H, the instruction will be written and stored in memory as follows. The memory locations 2065H and 66H are selected arbitrarily for the illustration. When the microprocessor is asked to execute the instruction, it will first read the machine codes or bytes stored at locations 2065H and 2066H. Then read the switch locations at port 84H by enabling the interfacing device of the port. The data byte indicating switch places from the input port will be placed in the accumulator. The figure shows the timing of the IN instruction. M1 and M2 cycles are identical to that of the out instruction. In the M3 cycle, the 8085 microprocessor places the address of the input port, which is 84H, on the low order address bus, which is 87 to 80, as well as on the high order address bus A15 to A8, and declares the RD bar signal, which is used to generate the IO read bar signal. The IOR bar enables the input port and the data from the input port are placed on the data bus and transferred into the accumulator. Machine cycle M3 is similar to the M3 cycle of the out instruction. The only differences are the control signal is RD bar instead of WR bar, and data flow from an input port to the accumulator rather than from the accumulator to an output port. The figure illustrates the block diagram of I/O interface. Address lines A7 to A0 are connected to a decoder, which will generate a unique pulse corresponding to each address on the address lines. This pulse is combined with the control signal to generate a device, select pulse, which is used to enable an output latch or an input buffer. Figure shows a practical decoding circuit for the output device with address 01H. Address lines A7 to A0 are connected to the 8-input NAND gate that functions as a decoder. Line A0 is connected directly, and line A7 to A1 are connected through the inverters. When the address bus carriers address 01H, gate G1 generates a low pulse. Otherwise, the output remains high. Gate G2 combines the output of G1 and the control signal IOW bar to generate and IO select pulse when both input signals are low. The figure illustrates all 8 address lines are decoded to generate one unique output pulse. The device will be selected only with the address, which is 01H, which is called absolute decoding. And so to minimize the cost, the output port can be selected by decoding some of the address lines, which is called partial decoding. These two are similar to each other, except that the address lines A1 and A0 are not connected, and they are replaced by IOM bar and WR bar signals. Because the address lines A1 and A0 are at don't care logic level, they can be assumed to be 0 or 1. Thus, This output port can be accessed by the hex addresses which are 00, 01, 02 and 03. The partial decoding is a normally used technique in small systems. Such multiple addresses will not cause any problems provided these addresses are not assigned to any other output ports. With this, we have come to the end of this session. Let us take a quick look on the topics we have come across in this class. IN instruction of 8085, device selection and data transfer, absolute versus partial decoding. So viewers, that's all for this video, and we will meet again on another class where we will discuss further on interfacing IO device. Till then, keep learning and keep watching Canon classes. Bye.